Hey everyone, welcome back to Mini Bike Mike's. I thought I'd do a short update video on the IceBear clone, the what I'm called the spare parts bike. We had a video a week or so ago where we just started picking up random parts in the shop, and we actually built a bike from scratch, and this is it. At the time, we made no attempt to make it look good aesthetically or anything. We just were finding parts and bolting them on and trying to make a running and riding bike. And I've done a few things. I really haven't filmed a lot. I've been kind of busy at the house, building a new deck on my house and doing some things like that. But I wanted to go ahead and get out a video this week. So I thought I'd give you a little bit of update of some things I've done. Obviously, I de-stickered it with all the IceBear stuff, and I put Hondas on there. Now, when I do that, I'm not trying to fool somebody into thinking it's a Honda. I'm always up front and will tell somebody, hey, this isn't, a real Honda. It's just, I like the way it looks. And so that's what I do. And I think that's the same for a lot of guys. These were the bikes we grew up on. This is the look I was after. I actually think that decal looks really cool on the gray frame. The white and the black and the gray really go well together. So anyway, so as you can see, I haven't done anything with the rims and tires yet. The fenders are still dirty. I did take off. It had a great big identification tag right there. This bike had VIN number on it in 3 different places. It's got it up here on the stamped into the head tube. It was on this, which also has the date of manufacture and tire size and so forth, but it had the VIN. And then there's also a little tag down here that has the VIN. So I was like, you know what? Getting rid of it in one spot's not that big a deal. Unfortunately, it does leave you with some little holes, but when a bike's on the ground and you're looking down on it, you don't really notice it as bad. Luckily, the 2 holes that mount the bottom pretty much line up with putting a grab handle. So I put the grab handle in those two holes to fill those in. That worked pretty well. I had a video recently where I redid the exhaust, kind of relocated the shield and painted it. The big thing I've done is I hooked up some electrical. One of the things I've been kicking around wanting to do is I always buy the Trail Buddy wiring harnesses, the simple wiring harness, and quite honestly, it is just that, a simple wiring harness. It's not that hard to do. So this bike actually has working lights, and I'm using the small little harness that came with the engine just to make it run. And then I added a 12-volt half-wave regulator, and I made my own harness. And not going to really show it right now because I'm still trying to tweak it. It's still kind of messy. I did get it wrapped in some shrink wrap, so it looks good. But I didn't have any small enough wire. I used, I'll go ahead and open it up. I used 16 gauge wire, and I really think it needs like 18 gauge wire. My wire size is way too thick, way too big, and I've just kind of got it stuffed down in there for right now. It doesn't look very good, but I'm still trying to tweak that, and when I come up with a wiring harness that I'm happy with and can get the number of the length of each piece and so forth and get all that documented, then we'll do a video and post it for guys who want to just build their own wiring harness. So I've got the engine all dialed in, got the carburetor dialed in pretty well, seems to run okay. I have these little 1-inch plastic plugs for capping like round tubing or pipe, and I didn't put a key on this. You can shut this bike off with either the button here will shut it off, or I've got a on-off, and right now I've just got it sitting underneath. So if you want to disable the bike, it won't start from there. So kind of a key type of feature underneath the seat. But these little plugs fit that hole just perfect. Plug that up. So yeah, like I said, still got some cleanup work to do, but let me fire it up for you. Ride's actually really nice. I haven't pulled the front forks back off to you remember, somebody had painted these forks and it's a different color here, and I still need to straighten up. Oh, that sounds lovely. Still need to straighten up the fork here, but I don't know if you'll be able to see the brake light or not. And they dim a little more than what I kind of expected. And I'm wondering if that has anything to do with the wire size that I used. We'll find out when I build a harness. I've got smaller gauge wire. Well, it's a higher number, but the smaller strand gauge wire ordered. And when I get that, then I'll rebuild the wiring harness and see how that works. But she's a rider. Might have the idle set a little too low, but I drilled out the, you can see the holes inside in there. I drilled it out, so kind of opened the exhaust up a little bit. But anyway, that's just a quick little update on the spare parts bike. It's not looking too bad. So I'll continue to tinker with it and get fenders cleaned up, get the rims and tires cleaned up, and so forth. But it's a fun little project. And like I said, I'll keep tweaking on that wiring harness. And when I'm ready to post a video on that, I'll let you guys know. All right, guys. Everybody have a great day. We'll see you on the next video. Later.